Hi, this is Ann Mazinga with Retail Field Report. We're coming to you live from our March Madness mixer here at Shop Talk. And I have another guest that I'm really excited to introduce. I have the SVP of Sales for the Krazy Coupon Lady, Kelly McKay. Kelly, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk to you,
Yeah.
especially because I have to ask, okay, as SVP of Sales, you're sitting in meetings, you're having conversations with a lot of people, especially here at Shop Talk. What's it like to introduce Krazy Coupon Lady? Like, I think that'd be the most fun intro. So do that for me, and then tell me kind of about the experience.
Yeah, it's really the best gig. I mean, the title itself says it all, and it's Krazy with a K for those of you who don't know. But that being said, yeah, we're a platform that helps people. And so anytime I get to sit in front of a brand or a retailer and kind of share about what KCL is, it's this moment of like lifting a weight off of my shoulders, because finally the whole world is going to hear about how great the Krazy Coupon Lady is.
Perfect.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a female-owned company,
okay,
co-founded both by Heather Willer and Joni DeMure. And for the two of those women to have started a company 16 years ago, for it to be where it is today, which is all about helping people with value proposition, it's quite incredible. And it's a privilege to be able to talk about the platform as often as I get to.
So tell me a little bit about how you work with those brands.
Yeah, so 9 times out of 10, a brand will come to us to support, help them support an offer that they have out in the wild, if you will. We are an amplification vehicle, to put it simply.
Okay.
So if a brand might have an offer on Ibotta or Shopkick or any type of Cash App rebate, it's getting the word out. That's the priority, right? Making sure that there's eyeballs on it and the consumer is aware that the value proposition is there. We're in a very competitive economic market right now, where essentials are hard to come by, even just the cost of. So these brands are really finding the value of making sure that they're putting that opportunity in front of the consumer, and the best way to do that is through the KCL platform.
And how does the KCL platform really help with the process of doing that for the brands and retailers that you are kind of partnered with? What is it doing to kind of improve their lives, to bring their customers those offers?
Yeah, well, it's the value proposition. It's the savings mechanism, right?
Okay.
So being able to put the opportunity right in front of the consumer in the moment of intent is a very powerful thing to do. Again, right now, the way that the economy is set up, everyday essentials are costing a ton. Personal care, shampoo, laundry, paper goods, you name it. So she's somewhat kind of stretching her own budget to try to figure out, how can I get all the things? Well, when she comes to KCL, we provide her the opportunity of saying, like, today you should go and run and get toilet paper at Walmart because it's on sale for X price. So it really is that moment of meeting her in her journey, utilizing your relationship with her. She has a very personal connection with our platform, both desktop and mobile. And when that happens, it's like she's not just getting on desktop and getting on app because she's perusing. She feels like we're a friend, we're her shopping companion ultimately. So it's a very personal connection she ultimately has with KCL and ultimately the brand.
So you're really facilitating, kind of taking your brand equity from KCL and really kind of extending that to the brand marketing teams and leads inside. Well, I want to hear how this plays into, or this concept kind of plays into, some of the larger themes at Shop Talk. Obviously, AI being something that everybody's talking about. Talk about how KCL leverages AI, or even in the background. Like, I think that's the other thing too. There's other like process, procedure, internal functions that AI has been used for. What do you think about that, and how have you used that on?
Yeah, we have a ton of innovation coming at KCL. We started last quarter in 2025, kind of making that roadmap happen for us, as you can't avoid AI. It is a thing now. But really, I think the way that we'll adopt it and really implement it within our ecosystem is through personalization. For us, it's really developing the data that we have, kind of honing in on it, and then taking that information and be able to personalize more strategically, not even only for brands, but for retailers alike too. Again, at meeting them in their journey, at the moment of intent is very personal, right? And it feels very connected, but we do believe and we know there's a better way to do that. And I think that's where the future is headed for us.
And with a platform like KCL that has this intimate relationship, Kelly, how do you think about where and how AI should be present in the customer facing experience? Like, do you want them to, like, we've seen something like a chatbot. Like, do you think that fits into like the engagement that customers have with the platform, or do you think that's something that maybe should be sitting more in the background?
You know, I think it's a good question, and I think it's not something that I could necessarily answer today.
Yep.
And the reason for that is because part of our strong suit and why we have the audience size that we do is because the authenticity that we bring. And so we never want to take that or make her feel robbed from it because AI has stepped into the conversation, right?
Sure.
But I do think that AI is going to start being implemented a lot more in our platform from a deals perspective, right? Being able to go into the universe and look at every deal platform, look at every retailer, every brand, and being able to do that through AI is something I know that's a big interest to KCL. Currently, we have actual deal hunters paving the pavement, scouring the internets to find those deals. So we know that AI is going to help, heighten the awareness of those deal propositions and cast them out.
I was on stage today with luxury retailers who continuously talk about invisible AI because they want to make sure that they're having those connected touch points with their customers. But what you just made me think of is maybe even more important to a consumer who is budget constrained right now, to be able to have those customized deals that AI is like using AI to help bring, analyze all that data and bring them those personalized offers. That feels like the right thing to do and is almost as necessary, if not more necessary, with the invisible AI part of it. Would you agree?
I do. I mean, I think there's something to be said for it, right? I think with one of the strengths that KCL has is that we're very we have intent when we move forward, right? So it's like making sure that what we're doing is putting the consumer first and her experience first. I think it's no secret that everybody understands AI and how it's going to help us all evolve as humans and consumers. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I agree with you 100%. And I do think for us at KCL, outside of the deal hunt itself, the thing that we'll be able to level up with utilizing AI eventually is through personalization.
All right, you said you have a lot of innovations coming up this year. What are you excited about for 2026 in KCL?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that we accomplished in Q4 of 25 that had its initial and biggest rollout was in this past January with KCL coupons. So for the first time in the company's history, we are actually a coupon distributor now. We went into an exclusive partnership with Unilever, where we have their new coupon opportunities that are available at CVS nationwide. So that is a big change for our company, as we've never been a distributor. We've just been an amplifier, so that's big. And then the second layer to that is we rolled out tech called One Clip. So it provides our user and our audience to be able to get on app and be able to basically link all of her retail accounts. So it's going to help, again, relieve friction. She is not a fan of friction. She likes things to be very easy and digestible for her, and One Clip is going to do that for her.
Kelly McKay, Krazy Coupon Lady, thank you so much for taking the time with us. And stay tuned for more from our March Madness Happy Hour here at Shop Talk 2026. And until the next interview, stay curious.